And when I thought about it, cuz he told me that I would be champion one day. Mike Tyson, he got some questions for Anthony Joshua. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Now, one of my favorite fighters of all time, I am Mike Tyson. Yeah, I want some hominy grits. He has some questions. He doing the bottle cap challenge. I'm so ecstatic. I just want to hook it. I want to hook it right there. What? Bow. That motherfucker punched the bottle cap off. Shout out to Talk Sport. I really got the information from Mike Tyson's podcast, but they have it all spelled out and quoted. So, I'll give him credit. Link in the description. Says Honest Boxing News. You got any fucking pride? Mike Tyson questions for Anthony Joshua ahead of the Andy Ruiz Jr. rematch. Mike Tyson has given his fascinating, unique perspective on Joshua's mindset as he enters a rematch with Ruiz. Unified heavyweight champion was dethroned by KO June 1st. Biggest shock Tyson faced was 29 years prior. In 1990, Iron Mike was perceived to be invincible. However, the perception came crashing down. James Buster Douglas knocked him out against all odds. Reflecting on the Joshua loss, Tyson said on his Hot Boxing podcast, quote, he made a mistake. He got hurt. Shit happens. It happens. He said shit happens. He can win it back though, but his mind has to be right. He ain't gonna win it back if his mind is fucked up. His mind has gotta be right. He's got to dedicate his life to doing this. He's got to stay away from himself. So this is coming from a storied heavyweight champion. He says he's got to stay away from himself. When we go training, we go away in the mountains. We're staying away from ourselves and our thoughts. In the mountains, away from everybody, just the animals and the woods. And stuff, you're facing your demons alone. Joshua has already activated a rematch clause. He's going straight into the Andy Ruiz fight, which we know. This is a situation Mike never experienced with Douglas, but did after losing to Evander Holyfield. He insists the questions defeated fighters must ask themselves remain the same regardless. His spirits appear well to you, but in his mind, what's going on in his mind? Mike continued. Fuck. This stage in life is really what makes them, because they already have money now. Now it's all about who are you? Now you're dealing with adversity. Who are you? What are you going to do now? Are you going to lay down and say, hey, I don't want no more? Do you stay down and give it up? Or do you believe in it? You got any fucking pride, nigga? Hey, Mike, listen, shout out Mike a fool, bro. He said, you got any fucking pride, nigga? He said, what do you believe in? Do you believe in your ancestors, your mother, your father, your kids? What do you believe in? Like Pac said, who do you believe in? Oh, man. What have you got to fight for? And then it's up to him. I don't believe in shit. Maybe. I've got money. I don't believe in none of this shit. And that's cool, too. If it's not who you are. That man Mike was gassing. Shout out to Mike Tyson. This is an important rematch for Joshua. I agree with Mike Tyson because I don't want to get knocked out. No, I'm just playing. I agree with Mike Tyson because he's basically saying in his own words, this is what defines you. Who you become. He looks on the outside. Joshua's popping wheelies and smiling and in Nigeria today and all this shit. And that's fine and dandy, but you got to rediscover yourself, realign your goals. You got money. This is going to be a defining moment for Joshua's career. It's going to be all lies. Like, I don't think a lot of people gave this fight credit, and they were really checking for it because they thought it was going to be a blowout. But now that the world paid attention to what Andy Ruiz did, this is going to be a moment that defines Anthony Joshua's career. Because he lost. You know, the aura of invincibility has been stripped away from him. People know he's beatable because he got beat. Not only did he get beat, I think this was probably the worst person to get beat by. And that's not a disrespect to Andy Ruiz Jr., but I'm just talking about public perception. A guy brought in late terms, 5 weeks to train, probably had a half camp, didn't get in the proper shape and get the sparring partners, flew out or whatever, the people that he wanted, because you have to just, everything was strewn together. You have to just make it work. And Andy Ruiz Jr. did just that. Plus the physical, if you look from a physicality point of view, Andy Ruiz Jr., he just doesn't look like the prototype of a heavyweight. You look at Tommy Morrison, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. These guys look more like heavyweights just based on their body type. Hollywood has made boxing movies, and they amp them up and glorify them like Creed and stuff. So that's what people come to think, even though it doesn't really have any bearing on your boxing skill. Tyson Fury moves better than Anthony Joshua, yet Tyson Fury's body doesn't look like something you would tell a personal trainer to make me look like that guy. You get what I'm saying? So it's a sweet science, but a lot of people don't understand that. And at least the casual fans don't understand that. So to me, this is just kind of the worst situation for Joshua to lose. Plus he lost at home. He lost away from home. So he didn't even have his hometown support. That had to be an ugly, 2 weeks that he stayed in America or whatever before flying back. He didn't want to fly back because, in my opinion, Anthony Joshua didn't want to face the music and see those, you know when you lose. I've been at fights. I know fights. I know fighters personally, and I've been at their fights, and me and a group of other people that know them and stuff like that, and they got knocked out in their fight. So when they're coming out the ring and they just see all the faces and, you just look like, what are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? You just make that face like, damn. So I don't think Joshua wanted to face the music. He didn't want to, feel like he disappointed people. So Mike Tyson, 100% right. Mike Tyson, he's dropping a gem, and hopefully Anthony Joshua takes this into consideration, because I think, in just my opinion, and I've said it, Anthony Joshua has it's almost like a fake reassurance that he constantly puts out there. And Tyson Fury's talked about this about Joshua as well. And the reason I say that is because you could tell he's conflicted in his mind, because he's saying multiple different things and it's never consistent. If you're like an alpha male shit, you're just going to say something and then 10 toes down. That's just what it is. That's how I feel. That's how I'm feeling, But with Anthony Joshua, he'll say he's like passive aggressive. He'll say, oh, I don't like fake hype. So, Deontay Wilder, he may not enter my ring. And then, months later, a couple weeks later, whenever, he'll be like, oh yeah, meet with me. I'm a fuck Wilder up. I'm a fuck. Like, what? Where's this coming from? This is the same person that said he didn't want fake promotion, and then he's fighting Andy Ruiz, and he's nonstop talking about Wilder, and saying meet with me and stuff, overlooking your late replacement. It's just crazy. So Joshua's gonna have to sort that out by the rematch. Joshua definitely, it took a dent and his confidence is chipped away. I think he's trying to hide it, but just listen. After he lost, he seemed relieved. Then he was like popping wheelies and smiling and shooting basketball in the village and all this stuff, shooting air balls. And he even started that video. He was like, oh, after thinking about it, I'm pissed off. I'm mad at the loss. It's like, what? It's just, he's all over the place. So he's going to have to sort that out. Mike Tyson dropping a real gem. Are you going to lay down? What are you going to do? And I'm going to pay attention to this fight and the build up and everything, because every detail matters here. Andy Ruiz Jr. now just won an ESPY. He's living his best life, celebrity overnight. He's confident. He's feeling himself. Him and his team should be feeling themselves. They did a good thing. They changed their career of a fighter who is, you know, people wrote off Andy Ruiz Jr. Now he's winning ESPYs for the best upset. He has not received his whole career. He has not received none of this type of praise, none of this type of recognition. Nobody was paying attention to Andy Ruiz like this, you know. So it's a great thing just to show you that it's boxing. Anything can happen, and you know, you could change your whole life in one night. You know, just a great performance, and then your whole, just like that, your whole night and your whole life career is on a different path. Jimmy Kimmel appearances, etc. So this is good advice from Mike Tyson. Anthony Joshua is gonna have to search inside himself, fuck all the games and, like, you know, trying to look steady and trying to look right with people, because I told you guys, you know, the Joey Dweco rumors of sparring, why the dad was really mad, if he had a panic attack. I'm over it. All those things, I'm over it. We're going to find out in the rematch. We're going to find out when they negotiate and the fight is announced, where the fight's at. If it's in the UK, then the panic attack shit seems all too real to me, because why would you want to flee to the UK? You know, why would you want it to happen in the UK? Why not right the wrong where it happened? That's how you get closure. So it's going to be all eyes on Anthony Joshua. And you could lie to me, him, or her, but you can't lie to that person in the mirror, you know? And I think ultimately that's what it is. So Joshua has to ask himself questions like Mike Tyson is saying. I can't wait to see the outcome. You know, it's a good fight for boxing. It's a dangerous fight for Joshua, dangerous fight for Ruiz, but definitely Joshua. I don't think Anthony Joshua realizes the implications of this fight. And I don't think that Andy Ruiz Jr., even though he's the champion, he don't have nothing to lose. He, between this fight and the first fight, and by the time the second fight rolls around, he made more money. Nobody was thinking of him. Is looking like living a good life now, up to 1 million followers on Instagram and stuff like that. So the pressure's not on him really, to me, because he wasn't even supposed to be here from the beginning. It's like Eddie Murphy and Trading Places. You know, that's exactly, you know, that's what they should call this fight. Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua 2, Trading Places. Oh, you know, just like Eddie in Trading Places. He living a life that, you know, he wasn't even supposed to be here. And that's how Andy Ruiz is. So I think the pressure's still on Joshua, even as the challenger now. But shout out to Iron Mike, one of my favorite fighters. We're going to see. We're going to see what Joshua's made of mentally, because boxing is 90% or better mental. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you like what we're doing over here, New Media, smash the like button. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.